second.
Yep.
Got it.
And I am recording. Okay, are we ready to go?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Hello and welcome to the Of Mouse and Men podcast. As always, I'm Kevin.
I'm Angelo.
And today we are joined by the happiest girls on earth. How you guys doing?
We're doing
Good.
great.
Thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
No problem. Thanks for being here. So before we get into this, we have a question. Now, legally, can you say you're the happiest girls on earth?
We're pretty
how
happy.
does that
We're
work?
pretty happy people, yeah.
But out of
Right.
all the girls on Earth,
Well, out of all of the girls,
Well,
we're
we
the
love
happiest.
Disney, so I mean,
I
that's
guess there. You
Happiest
can't
girls
argue that
in
in
the
court.
movie.
But like, I feel like as your lawyer, I would be like, maybe we go like, could possibly be the happiest girls on earth. I
Yeah.
feel like that's the.
it's not as catchy.
Maybe like
it's not as catchy.
I never said I was a marketing genius. I'm
maybe
just,
like
I'm just-
top 10 happiest girls
Yeah.
in the world or something.
Yeah, that works. Or-
There we go. That's a.
Oh,
that's
on
a
Earth.
catch.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we have some questions just that we're planning to ask everybody who comes on the podcast. What are each of your guys' favorite parks?
You can go ahead first.
Okay, so my favorite park, if we're talking Walt Disney World, my favorite park is
Mhm.
probably Magic Kingdom, just because, you know, it's the middle, it's the best one. There's so much happiness, and it's the original one. Well, not the original one, but you know what I'm saying. I
Right.
love that one.
Yeah.
But rides, I really love Hollywood Studios, especially after Galaxy's Edge has opened. If I could like pick a park to go today, it would probably be Hollywood Studios. It's awesome, and all the rides there, I love them all.
I agree with that. Magic Kingdom is the castle park, so probably just favorite for like nostalgia reasons. But yeah, wow, Rise of the Resistance really blew
That set
my
the bar
mind.
high.
So
Yeah, makes sense. Hollywood Studios really popping off right now.
Absolutely.
really,
Especially after Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway too.
Have you guys been
Spoiler
on Mickey
alert.
and Minnie's?
Yeah, I went on opening day. That was the last time I was at the parks.
Oh,
so
wow.
a little sad, but yeah, we got there early, and I went on it twice because I went there for rope drop, and then I had a fast pass too, and it was really cute. I loved it. I'm not gonna give away any spoilers, but
yeah.
next time you're there, for sure.
I'm a little upset they got rid of Great Movie Ride, but
I mean, it's
Yeah.
I'm not.
wow.
Did
Oh,
you not like
no.
Great Movie Ride?
It was okay, just not my favorite. I don't know. I
So you-
respect that a lot of people really like it. It just wasn't my favorite. I don't know.
So you guys liked Mickey and Minnie's?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I didn't get.
Nicole hasn't gone.
I have not gone. She went with her school friends because she goes to UCF.
Yeah.
So I liked Mickey and Minnie's as well, but that seems to be a hot take. Most people do not like Mickey and Minnie's.
Are you serious?
I've heard mixed things. I feel like people don't like it. I get it because a lot of it's like the projection screens and everything, and with like the flick of a switch, it's not much of a ride. If say like the power went out, you'd be in a
Yeah.
room with nothing in a lot of the times.
That's
but
true.
I still think it's really cute, and it's definitely like what the park needed. Like I love Great Movie Ride, but it was outdated, and they want to keep things fresh and keep people coming. So it makes sense, but it's not like my favorite ride.
Don't
but-
you think they could have
I don't
put it
know.
in Magic Kingdom somewhere though, like Mickey's part, or like Mickey and
Yeah,
Magic
if they didn't get rid of
Kingdom?
Toontown.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they're doing in Disneyland, right?
So
They're
I feel
putting
like it makes more sense, but
You could do a Fantasyland theater in
Yeah,
Magic Kingdom. That could work.
yeah, that's true.
it could go over there.
They're basically doing it at Disneyland, where they're putting in Disneyland.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think will be nice.
Yes. Nicole, did you say your favorite park?
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
cut
Yeah, I said
Oh.
Magic Kingdom because it's the castle park, nostalgia reasons, but that Rise blew my mind.
fair. It
That
really
is true.
it's amazing.
It's an experience, not just a ride.
It's a really experience.
That's
It's great.
true.
Wait, so you've all ridden it, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so like the door part, when like you get in, the opposite doors.
Yes, yeah.
That
Trains.
really,
Mind
mind
blown.
blown.
That was
That's like the big
A
like
simple
Yeah.
touch, but really cool.
yeah.
Yeah, my favorite part is watching people who haven't been on before. Like when I've ridden it like
All
the
go to
second
the
time.
other door, and you're like,
That was us our first time though. We're like, get to the other
Yeah.
side. We're the first one, and then we were the last one in the room.
Oh no. Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
I think mine is Magic Kingdom. My favorite's Magic Kingdom.
Mhm.
Angela.
Yeah.
Mine's old Hollywood Studios, but we don't have to talk about that.
Ooh.
No, I like Hollywood Studios. It's my favorite now and before, but I miss all the like streets of America and
Okay, yeah.
do you miss
The backlot tour.
and the
Yeah.
Osborne Lights? Have you been to the Osborne Lights?
yeah, I've been to that. I
Yeah.
went to it one time. It was amazing.
Mhm.
So cool.
Yeah.
I know. I just wish they found a new spot for that somewhere because
Yeah.
that was such a great thing for the holidays, and it's such a bummer they don't have that.
I also
Yeah.
miss the hats. It was iconic.
No, yeah, it sucks too because like that area is kind of like unused for the other 9 months of the year.
Mhm.
Exactly.
But like
Hmm.
the lights really make it like the thing to go to. They sell
Mhm.
hot cocoa and like cookies out.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the
what a
best.
vibe!
I love that.
It was great.
Angela's having a nostalgic trip right now.
I
Yeah.
listen, okay,
Memory lane.
It's not bad.
they took everything away from me, Kevin, in Hollywood Studios. All I
I
have
know,
is
I know.
nostalgia.
Mm.
But yeah, Kevin, do you want to hit our next intro question? Next and last intro question?
Yes. So we both, well, I don't know about Angelo. Angelo confuses me sometimes, but I'm distinct on Dinoland USA needs to go. And I want to hear
I'm
your
the
opinion
opposite.
on that.
It's a big contention point on the podcast. Is I love Dinoland, he hates Dinoland, so we need to ask opinions on Dinoland.
What's
Yeah.
Joe Rohde's opinion on Dinoland now?
Joe Rohde. Okay, we like Joe Rohde.
Yeah.
He.
And this is a story time that we'll soon upload to our channel, but I actually got Joe Rohde to DM Lauren for her birthday. So we're
what?
big
Oh,
Joe
really?
Rohde fans.
We're
Yeah.
big Joe Rohde fans,
That's
but
great.
we would always talk about Dinoland too and be like, oh, like it kind of needs to go. And we thought, I know there was rumors going around about like Zootopia Land, like replacing that. Like, how cool would that be? Because we like that movie a
Mhm.
lot. But I don't care what it is. I kind of feel like it needs to go.
Really?
It's a little old.
Unless it's like a great idea,
I
I
agree.
feel like it can stay. I mean, it's fine. It's cute for the kids.
Do you
Sure.
guys think Donald's Dino Bash fixes it or makes it a bigger issue?
It fixes it. I like the characters and the costumes too.
Chip and Dale in
Wait,
those costumes.
Chip and Dale in their Dino onesies is fantastic. It's 10 out of
Exactly.
10.
That's what
cute.
makes Dinoland now.
Listen, the best part of Dinoland I've said for years is the dinosaur pre-show with Dr.
love
Seeker.
that. People.
What do you mean? Primeval World.
No,
That's the
Primeval
best
World.
part.
Oh no.
Primeval World hurts.
There's a Dr. Seeker parody account on Twitter and they're
Oh my God.
following me. Not to brag.
Seriously, that's
Not to brag, but
Not to brag.
I know people. There's some people that love their dinosaur, love that ride. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
really.
I'm not.
it's me.
Really?
I don't really care. It's fine. Like
I
I'll
think
go
I
on.
have a nostalgic factor for it, but I can't say like it's the greatest ride ever.
It
like
can-
Angela.
Yeah, I understand that it's like probably needs an update.
I
Mhm.
know
It
a
needs
lot of-
more. You guys go.
I was just gonna say I know a lot of people compare it with the Indiana Jones ride in
Mhm.
Disneyland. I don't know if you guys have been on that, but that ride's awesome and it's like the same
It
type
is.
It's
of
the
ride.
same track.
Yeah, it's the same thing, and that ride just is so much better in my opinion than Dinosaur.
Yes,
so I'm like,
totally.
I feel like that would be cool.
Because that
But-
has more grand show scenes that Dinosaur doesn't have.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Dinosaur, I'm in the darkness getting thrown around, and then
That's-
periodically there's a dinosaur.
it sounds super fun. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, if they find something else to replace it with, that's good. Go for it.
Yeah, could definitely get a little
Yeah.
bit. Though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
awesome.
right.
So I think
Should we get
we're
into
ready
these
to get
hot
into the main
takes?
topic. Yeah.
Our controversial opinions. Oh boy, who wants to go first? Angela, do you want to go first?
I mean, yeah, I can go first. We'll put me on the
Cool.
spot. Okay. Let me
Here we
see.
go.
Okay, my first controversial opinion. I've mentioned this one before on the podcast. I think Disney World's Space Mountain is a bad ride. Like
Oh, yikes. That one hits.
I'm sorry. I
It hurts
I
a
do not agree
little.
with this.
can't
That
condone
hurts
it.
a world.
No.
I'm sorry. It's just
straight up no. Next question. Let's go.
Stop.
I can explain.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Explain.
have you been on the Disneyland Space Mountain?
Yeah, a while ago.
I was gonna say a while
3 years
ago.
ago. It's a little. I don't remember it. The main takeaway from that is that there's 2 people right next to it.
Yeah.
It's like
It's.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think that the Disneyland Space Mountain is one of the best Disney rides, and the Disney World is one of the worst rides. Maybe
Oh.
I'm just getting old.
That's an opinion.
Wow.
How
Maybe-
old can you be? Your
At the
bones aren't that brittle.
Yeah. Wait. How old are you?
19. So
Oh,
Disney.
shit.
Oh yeah,
so-
getting up there in age.
Yeah, so I'm very old, obviously, and I think maybe I can't handle Space Mountain. I never
Oh,
enjoy
come
riding it.
on.
I'm
when they
just
have-
old man at heart.
When they
Okay,
have the
it's-
health advisory for people, is that for you, Angelo? Like, if
might
you're
be at
old
this
to ride
point.
this,
That's actually so funny.
I love it. I think it's great that you can get thrown around. I love it. I think it's amazing.
we were filming a video, and I don't know, somehow Space Mountain came up, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I love Space Mountain. It's such a great ride. It's so fun being able to like not hold your hands up all the way because you're afraid you'll hit the track
Yeah.
above you. But
Yeah.
I love fearing for my life that it'll get chopped off.
okay.
Right?
I don't know.
It's too rickety for me. It hurts after I'm done with it, because you can't see anything. And then you're
Okay,
not-
but the
But without
Christmas
pain, there's
party,
no
the
game.
Christmas party Space Mountain was better than the normal one. When they had all the
Yeah.
Christmas lights,
I
and you
don't
agree
know if I've
with
seen
that.
one.
when you could see the track, it was like even scarier. So it made it better.
I think
Not
the
even
Christmas
scary,
music
but-
makes it better. It like raises the energy.
Yeah, I agree with
A
that.
lot of people don't like the Christmas version. They prefer it
Really?
as it is. I prefer the Christmas because it's like when you're going up the tunnel, it's like dun 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 dun. I'm like, yeah. it
Yeah,
gets you
I
hyped.
like the Christmas version.
On the other hand, the Halloween
Yeah.
one's very terrifying because it's just
Pitch
complete.
black.
It's pitch black.
Oh,
and
I've
you're
been on
like,
the
oh, I don't know
Halloween
where I'm going.
I went on the
Really?
Star Wars one in Disneyland. When I went to Disneyland, that was the one they had. That was awesome.
Oh, I feel like I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd like
that
to ride the
was
Star Wars
great.
one. I haven't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but that's my hot take. I know that's probably my spiciest take.
Oh.
Because-
That's an
It
opinion.
was
on
spicy.
Yeah, I don't know. I
I
don't.
feel like
enjoy
you're the only
riding
one with that take.
it. I
Angelo.
know. I
The
think I
ride has
am.
always got a long wait, and you're.
I couldn't tell you why, Kevin. I'm always like, let's
So
not-
when people are waiting for Space Mountain, you're waiting for Stitch's Great Escape.
No, I hate that.
In the corner.
That ride traumatized me as a child. Okay, I want to talk.
That's not a good time.
That one scared me as well. I
Yeah,
don't know
that
what they were
one-
It's
thinking.
gone.
That one needs to go.
Isn't
That's
it
not
It
a
is gone. It is.
controversial
thing.
It
It's
is
gone.
gone. But
It's now a meet and greet. I think. with
Yeah.
Stitch.
I don't
yeah,
even think
for
it's a meet and greet anymore. It's just an
Oh,
empty. They
really?
should do it for
yeah,
stroller
they need to.
parking.
They just need to get rid
Just
of
forget
it,
about
the
all
whole
that.
building and build something else.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I think it's time. I think we
Judy
don't need
Hopps
Stitch
meet and
spitting
greet,
on me.
maybe.
With the
Uh,
lettuce. That was
With
hilarious.
the lettuce.
Yeah. With
Oh,
the
yeah.
lettuce. Oh gosh, don't.
For
get
anyone
us
listening who
started on
doesn't
that.
know, they gave lettuce to Judy Hopps when they did a meet and greet. You can check it out in one of their videos. It's
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh, it's so funny.
Gosh, that was the most
We
terrifying.
literally wrote a script in line and then performed it to Judy, and she broke character for sure. She had to turn away, and you could see in the video like she's laughing, and you can hear.
Anyway.
That's awesome though that they were
That's good.
really into it.
Because I'm always really weird at character interactions. I don't know. I never know how to like interact with them. On certain characters I can
feel that.
interact with,
Yeah.
but then certain ones I
Yeah.
can't.
Like Rapunzel, Kevin.
Rapunzel
all
and
the
I vibe,
princesses-
okay?
All the princesses are awkward though. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's like girl to girl, and it's like, oh, princess.
Kevin.
I feel
Kevin-
it's even more awkward when I go to see like
Really?
Rapunzel and they're like,
Yeah.
"What's he doing here?"
Yeah,
I
can
can see that.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
like that they pair them up. So I can't see Cinderella without seeing Elena of Avalor. And like, who
Oh,
cares
yeah,
about
that's
Elena of
She
Avalor?
is the real
Weird.
princess.
No, no, stop.
Like,
You know,
I've asked every person I've gone to Disney with, I've been like, do you know who Elena of Avalor is? And every single person says, no, I have no idea who that is.
What about
I-
Sophia?
I don't
the
know why
First,
they do it.
though?
She's at Hollywood Studios.
She's a princess though.
Is she at Hollywood Studios? Oh, I guess she's
Yeah.
Disney Junior, right?
But I like
Oh,
Disney
yeah.
Yeah.
Junior.
I never head over to Disney Junior.
I wonder.
have the
No,
guts.
not often.
No.
Definitely not.
Yeah, but
Okay.
and Lauren or
Should I go
Nicole, you
in-
want to go next or?
Yeah.
I actually have a question. So,
Sure.
what's your guys' opinion about basically Disneyland and Disney World making some copycat attractions? They're getting very similar now. So we have Mickey and Minnie's Runaway on both parks. You have Galaxy's Edge, the exact same, both coasts. How are you guys feeling? Is it lazy? Is it like you need both?
That's a really good question.
That is a good question. I don't know lazy if I would use that, but I think it is I think it's fine if you change them enough that it's like they match the park. So I don't like when they put like I don't know how well Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway fits in Toontown, like putting it in a theater, but I mean like you're changing it enough that it kind of matches. So like I'm fine with that. But like like we were talking in the last podcast about Splash Mountain becoming Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
And I think since it's in Frontierland and Critter Country, there needs to be aesthetic differences to the ride
There does.
in the out.
Absolutely.
Yes. So I think as long as you're not doing copycats and you're making it work with the aesthetic of the themed lands, I'm fine with it.
But aren't they sort of doing copycats though with Galaxy's Edge? Was the exact same.
The exact.
So Galaxy's Edge.
I mean,
Angela-
okay, I feel like that's like different though, because people have been waiting for it for so long that they had to put it in both parks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Galaxy's
know.
Edge
That's three.
angers
That's
me.
Galaxy's Edge, Runaway, and Splash Mountain the same. That's like the three like newest sort of announcements, and it's the exact same.
Yeah, the idea of putting Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland angers me so much. I went on a whole rant about it. That was a cut episode of the podcast because we just couldn't bear it. I do not understand why they couldn't put Galaxy's Edge across the street where it belongs in California Adventure.
Seriously?
I do not know why we had to put it in. It doesn't fit with any of the lands. It's just so weird. That's my take.
Yeah,
I think it could become a problem, like if we keep getting copycat attractions. I think like Galaxy's Edge makes sense because it's like the big Star Wars thing, right?
Right.
But like I hope that it doesn't become every ride, which is worrying because you mentioned all the recent ones have been like each ride is the same.
Like I like the slight differences. Like I think Pirates is a good example of like
That is a
they're
good
different
example.
rides.
Yeah.
They're different rides in each
I wouldn't
park.
consider
Small
that
World,
copycat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
So I think that works.
What is your
Yeah.
opinion
Like,
on it?
Oh no, I totally agree. Like it's just I feel like it's kind of weird and it's breaking up something. Like I don't know, it's just not eventually you're not going to draw enough people to one coast because they have their own park right there with the same exact thing, like part of the thing is, Hollywood Studios has the original Tower of Terror, and if you're from California and you've never experienced the original Tower of Terror, you want to go to Hollywood Studios on the other coast, like that kind of thing. They need some draw, while the East Coast people want to go visit
Cars Land.
Disneyland
That's a perfect example.
Cars Land's
Like
great.
exactly, like people go to the West Coast to visit Cars Land,
for sure.
and I feel like if you keep repeating these rides, there's gonna be less draw to go to the opposite coast.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, I could
agree.
see that.
Because like what really Disney World's whole thing is they have all 4 parks, right? But I think
Right.
all 4 parks, the rides are kind of going over to Disneyland and California Adventure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
And
like
I
unless you want to go to Animal Kingdom to visit a zoo. I mean, that's something that Disneyland doesn't have. But
Yeah, that's true. Nicole loves Animal Kingdom.
I
so.
do. I don't know why you hate it.
I don't hate it. It's
that's my
fun.
brother's favorite park. He loves to go there and just see the animals, and I'm like, that's not the Disney experience here.
Well,
If I was like
I
a
wouldn't-
local and wanted to take
Yeah.
a nice relaxing walk,
I wouldn't
maybe.
say it's like a zoo. I wouldn't go there for like the zoo aspect, but I like Everest Flight of Passage, Safari. I think that's
Okay,
cool.
Sure.
Those
I
are all
think it's
tier 1 rides.
Exactly.
Yeah.
yeah. You just listed like Angelo's top 10 rides. Yeah, I think it's the best zoo in the world, but I think it's very much.
It's a little
zoo.
more than a zoo.
I think
I don't know if
Kilimanjaro
it's
Safaris is
quality.
what makes it more than a zoo. Kilimanjaro Safaris is so
Exactly.
cool. Like if, in the
Yeah.
Imagineering story, when they talk about Kilimanjaro Safaris, it
Yeah.
blows my mind.
Yeah, that part was super cool, all about everything that went into Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Definitely respect for that.
Do you think they have the same ambition, the Imagineers, that they used to?
Hard
Yikes.
question.
I feel like Rise of the Resistance proves that they're still really putting in a lot of work and like are really still ahead of the game.
Because that was like
That's
innovation
innovative.
at its
Yeah,
purest
that's innovative.
form. That was incredible.
Yeah.
And I think with future like bigger projects, they're definitely gonna think outside of the box. Obviously, like I've heard great things about the Guardians ride that's coming to Epcot. I'm really excited
Okay, that
about
looks so
that.
cool.
Yeah, like I think
It's launching backwards. Like that's
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I think in the future years we've got some pretty
You've
fun
got
new
Tron.
things.
You've got the Ratatouille ride, which is 4D, right? No,
Yeah, right.
4D with
It's
no glasses or no glasses, something
I
like
don't know,
that.
but
I think it is glasses.
Okay.
yeah, that'll be
Right?
cool too.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think.
Haven't been to the France in a while.
Yeah.
To ride it.
I haven't been to any of these parks in a while.
True.
All right. I'll go into one of my
right.
controversial opinions, I guess.
Mhm.
So my big spicy one is that I think Haunted Mansion is okay at best.
Oh no, they hated
I
that
know we
opinion
lost.
so much.
They hated it so
Oh,
much.
they were bad.
There we go.
They left. They hated it.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely. We didn't hear anything you said.
We
but
didn't hear.
we
We
hated
didn't.
it.
Yeah. We didn't even hear the hot take.
So I think Haunted Mansion is okay at best. That's my hot take.
God, you guys got some opinions here.
Well,
I completely
You
disagree with
just
this.
mentioned in the beginning that you liked Lauren's Haunted Mansion dress, so now we're
Right.
I love Haunted Mansion. Okay, I think it's a great ride. I don't know
Okay.
what he's doing.
Listen, I think it's a personal preference. Like I think it's boring up until the end. I don't like horror movies. That's another thing. I think horror movies are boring. So I feel like it's just the most boring attraction until the ghosts come out. That's my
Excuses.
opinion.
okay.
The effects are cool.
Yeah, you fight this one.
It's definitely
no.
like a classic, and I get it. It is older and a little outdated, I guess. But I mean, it's a classic. You gotta love it. That was one of my like favorite rides as a kid. So I guess I don't know. I still have like a soft spot in my heart for it. It's definitely, I don't know. It's just, it reminds me of like original Disney.
It is,
When I go
yeah.
on it, it's
Yeah.
nostalgic, and I was always a big fan. I was never afraid of it as a kid. My mom always tells me that. She's like, you always love that ride. And every time I go to the parks, that's like a must do. But I wouldn't be opposed if it got a little updated, maybe. I think that's fair.
Even if they got the holiday overlay like Disneyland, that at least like spice it up once a year.
That would be really interesting because I know I love that at Disneyland, and that would have a big draw if they had that at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think it's like terrible. I think it's overhyped. I think it's fine. But that's why it's controversial.
Overhyped is a fine word.
overhyped,
Yeah.
maybe, yeah.
I love Haunted Mansion. I don't know how you could think that, Kevin. The aesthetics of Haunted Mansion, just
I
the
agree. All
vibe,
them like merch and stuff too.
the pre-show.
Oh, the merch is
Yeah.
great. I think Haunted Mansion merch is like 10 out of 10. They really like their store right outside of Haunted Mansion is a great place to walk into and
Like
shop.
Absolutely.
Montemori or something.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called, but it's cool. There's always something
Yeah, it's
new.
something like that. Yeah.
Memento
Um,
Mori.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Anyone else got any controversial opinions?
So, what are your guys' thoughts on Figment? Because I'm one of those people, as you can probably tell, I like the classics, but I also like new things. But Figment is one of the classics that I still will kind of always go to when I go when I go to Epcot. And Nicole has some feelings about it. We don't really agree with it all the time. But what are your guys' thoughts?
You want to take it?
So are we talking about the ride or Figment himself?
Both, actually.
I guess both. We
Both?
can bring both.
Both.
Mainly the ride, but
I'm
himself.
going more not the ride though.
Okay.
I think the ride isn't very good. I think I didn't go on the original that everyone
Right.
loves, but
Yeah.
Right.
today when I go on, it's not good. I think it's severely neglected too because it's like shows its
dated.
age
It's
more than
it's-
anything.
It's in like the corner of Epcot where like nobody really goes.
Yeah, but I think Figment's cute.
Okay,
can't-
you know what? I might like him a little more if he wasn't like the face of Epcot. Like why
Yeah, I see that.
why all of the what is it called? Why am I blanking?
All the festival
All the
merchandise.
festivals, it's all him. Like Like, I get he's iconic and the original, but it's always all him. And always the pass holder stuff is like Figment, because they really think we
It's
like
figure-
him.
yeah.
I do think they think he's more popular than he is. Like whoever's
I
working
agree.
at Disney marketing or whatever.
There are some Figment lovers, but
Yeah.
there are some Figment.
I like Figment, but I think in the ride he's kind of annoying. Like in the ride itself, I feel he's annoying. But like when he's outside the ride, I'm like, oh look, it's Figment. But like in the ride, I'm like, dude, can you like chill out for a sec so we can like
I
he's
love
really
when
a
he takes you
troublemaker.
into his house and everything's like
Everything's
upside down.
Upside
I love
down,
that part.
yeah.
That's my favorite part.
My favorite part's that butterfly, that optical
That's cool
illusion.
too.
His ride reminds me of the Cat in the Hat ride at Universal Islands of Adventure.
True.
That's what
I
it
haven't been
reminds
on
me of.
that. I was gonna go on
It's-
that last time, but I didn't.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Although if you're too big for it, you like fall out of the ride vehicle because it's made
Oh.
for kids. So if you're too big for the
Uh-oh.
ride, it's not good.
You're 5'10", so that wouldn't
Not
work.
5'10". Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, because I was on with my older brother and he literally could put his hands on the ground and was trying not to fall out of the
Oh, God.
vehicle.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
it was
maybe
Oh.
I'll skip
it was a fun ride.
it.
Yeah. Another controversial thing. How do you guys feel about the friendship fair that happens in front of the castle, Magic Kingdom?
I'm not the
I
biggest fan.
I like the song and the dance.
Yeah, the other day she's like, "Oh no, I'm not a big fan of it." But I was
I'm
like,
not a big fan of shows.
You literally, she knows the whole dance.
I
Like,
know
one
the
day we're just walking down
dance.
Main Street and she starts doing the dance to like the song. I was like,
I like
okay.
the festival, like one song, but I can't tell you what the whole stage show's about. I just know the song.
So I think it's a crime that we can barely walk under the castle anymore. That's my
I
big
agree.
Okay, well that's a different. Yeah, that's a different.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it needs to move, but I think the friendship fair slaps. I love the friendship fair. I think it's amazing. There are links in a chain. It's amazing. I love it. It's right. Nicole's got it. It's
I
great.
got it.
It's-
I got it. No,
It-
but
it draws
it
on-
is disappointing not going under the castle.
I agree. I think it
that's
needs
my
to move. I
big
think it needs to
fan.
be in Fantasyland.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be cute. I feel like I know at Disneyland they have like a Fantasyland theater, right? Yeah, I think.
I'm not sure. I haven't been in
feel
a
like they
while.
have, like a show in Fantasyland, and something like that would be cute. I don't know where they'd put it, but I feel like that'd be
Right.
nice.
I would say we need a new Fantasyland for Magic Kingdom. We need to expand because
Ooh.
the idea that Tangle doesn't have a ride yet is shameful. Okay,
I
Tangle
agree
needs
He's
a
with
so
ride.
into Tangled. Kevin's
As he should
I
be,
don't blame
though.
you. This back in the day when I wasn't like in tune with Disney news and I would walk through the parks and I saw Rapunzel's tower being built, I was like, oh my gosh, like what are they
Yeah.
putting in there? It's gonna be a great ride. It's gonna be a meet and greet, something fun. And then I found out it was bathrooms, and I was like, oh,
That's disrespectful to her.
Right, it's the best bathroom on Disney property, but
But
I'm
Alright,
sick of going
favorite
into the bathrooms
bathroom,
pretending
go
it's a
around.
ride.
Galaxy's Edge ones.
yes.
Right,
That's-
right.
I
So-
like
did a whole thing on the Galaxy's Edge
sensory-
bathrooms.
Yeah, well, you don't
I was not expecting you to say
have to. What's yours? Tangled? I mean, Tangled's good, I like the-
Right.
but I feel like it's always crowded though.
Yeah, because everyone's like, oh, Tangled something. Let's go visit the bathroom.
The
Right.
worst.
There's
one
always people
fucked up
standing.
goes.
There's
Which
always
so-
people standing in the.
Oh, we lost you for
We-
a
Sorry?
second.
What? We lost you for a sec.
All right,
Someone
we're good
say
now,
something?
I think. I don't know.
There's
A lot of
always
stuff
people
happens.
standing in the bathroom, like looking around in the Tangled bathrooms. I mean, one of the people is me, but it's like, I find it strange. I'm like, people, let's just move on out of the bathroom a little bit.
Yeah, it's a busy area.
Nicole, you were saying with the worst bathroom
Yeah, next to Pinocchio's.
next to Pinocchio.
Disgusting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I
Disgu-
agree.
Wait, is
I
it
don't
by Pinocchio?
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's to the
Yeah,
right of Pinocchio's.
yeah.
I don't know
It's
what the worst
I
is.
think that
disgusting.
one's, it's kind of hidden, but I think it gets neglected because it's kind of hidden. Because it's like in the corner next to
Yeah.
Pinocchio's.
Okay, but let's be real. I'm trying to think of what like my least favorite bathroom is. All the bathrooms in Magic Kingdom besides the Rapunzel
Okay,
ones
yeah.
are all kind of gross.
They
now that
are
I'm thinking
gross.
through, I'm like, I don't like that one. I don't like the one by Splash or Pirate.
Or the one by.
I hate the Tomorrowland bathroom. I think the
Which
Tomorrowland
one?
All
bathroom
of them are
is-
not great.
The one in
Which
between.
one? Oh, there's
Tomorrowland
multiple
and
ones.
the Main
The one
Street.
behind
The one
Yeah.
next to the cafe.
Yeah, I don't like
Wait,
that
And
what?
one.
Star Traders, is that the store?
Yeah,
Star
by the
Traders?
ice cream
Oh.
place.
Oh yeah,
and-
no. But I do. Okay, a hidden one that I do go to often is the one behind that incredible stage.
Yeah,
that one
that
actually
one's more
isn't bad.
chill.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hot take
Mm.
on bathrooms.
I guess.
The bathroom.
We're getting the
episode.
nitty gritty, guys.
Oh,
The
yeah, we are.
bathrooms of Disney World. Angela, do you have any
Favorite bathrooms?
controversial stuff? No, controversial opinion. Do you have a bathroom, Angela, you like to go to?
I'm trying to think through it. Listen,
you know you do. Like, don't
That-
even lie.
the Epcot bathrooms, like, because they're themed to the
What?
countries,
Okay.
like in the
Oh,
World
that's true.
Showcase.
Yeah.
You gotta give them a little respect.
Okay.
To, like, yeah. Like, I imagine this is what the bathroom looks like in England. I would never see an England bathroom otherwise. It's a great
You're
sightseeing opportunity.
Oh.
That's we wouldn't know too. That's what's great about it.
Yeah, I have two nice hot takes that
Go-
aren't
okay.
me hating on rides.
Okay.
I think so. I have two that I think are underrated. Maybe one isn't underrated. I'm just gonna. So I think Spaceship Earth
Mm.
super underrated. I don't know
Okay,
why
underrated.
more
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
don't like it.
I'd agree.
And then I think Flight of Passage is the best ride in Disney World.
You said Flight of Passage.
Flight of Passage. Yeah.
Hey, I
okay.
respect that.
So we were just kind of talking about this too,
Yeah.
like Flight of Passage. Sorry, we'll
Flight
talk
of
about Flight first, then we'll
Passage-
talk about Spaceship Earth.
No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good.
Okay.
But-
go ahead.
Flight of Passage, the first time like I rode that and got off of it, that was insane.
Jaw
My
dropped.
jaw was dropped. I was like speechless. I was like, this is incredible. And I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's definitely in my top 5.
It's yeah.
Everything.
I
like,
agree.
Again,
I got emotional
innovative.
on it.
Yeah. Like at the end, you're like, oh no, I don't want
Even to like to this day, when you're like going through the exit, people are like, "That's the coolest ride."
Yeah.
To me, it's just like the most like magical experience. I don't know why, but just everything
Yeah.
combined and like you're in your own thing.
Yeah.
The breathing really gets me when the banshee.
Right?
Yeah, the wind.
It's amazing.
the
When they
water, the
say
smells,
Sivako.
Sivako.
Right? I feel
I
like I'm
love
really
it.
flying when I'm on that ride. It's crazy.
It's
Mhm.
Right?
crazy. It's so
Although the pre-show, I feel like it was the guy's
Boring.
first take. I feel like it was his
They-
first take.
that's like
They edited it though because people were like,
They
"It's so
did?
annoying with all the ums," so they took out like half the ums, and it's still like
No, they
that.
didn't.
Yes, they did.
Did they?
It's
Okay.
nuts.
There are 2 pre-shows. It's a little.
was like
So
in the
when I go on, people who haven't been on the ride before get upset that there's so many pre-shows. They're like, "When is this ride?"
Okay,
And I'm like,
is it really necessary to scan to see what?
viruses we have.
"With maggots I have on me, and then they have to
Virus.
scan you."
that
I remember I was on right before they closed for the because of the everything going on.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
And I literally was like, "This is very appropriate." They were like spraying us down. They're like, "You're contaminated." I was like, "This is appropriate."
Yes, truly.
What virus
part
do you
hits
got on
different.
you? Yeah.
Yeah, Flight of Passage though, it's definitely one of the best at Walt Disney World.
Do you guys
I
like
love-
Navi, River Journey?
Underwhelming is the only word I have for it.
I would agree.
The
It's
animatronic
cool.
is incredible, but
The
that's
one
like,
animatronic is
that's
great.
The one
yeah. That's
animatronic,
it.
but I'm a little disappointed that the whole thing's basically a screen.
yeah. I took
I
my
agree.
little cousin on that ride. He was like 2, and like the way I judge it is he loved Small World, didn't like Navi River Journey. So
Oh,
that's how you
there you
know.
go.
yeah, it's very pretty.
Small world.
Pretty, but underwhelming.
Yeah, a little bit.
Especially if you go from Flight of Passage to Navi River Journey.
And it's so
Definitely.
short. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
that's it.
That is it's just short.
Yeah, I can see why why it has the shorter wait, like by far, than
Mm-hmm.
Flight
For
of
sure.
Passage. It's clearly the B ride, and like
Oh,
I think
for sure.
Millennium Falcon is clearly the B ride in Galaxy's Edge.
Clearly.
Clearly.
One Falcon's like-
It's like I still like it though. I think it's people
I'm
hate
not
on
a big
it.
fan of. I'm not a big fan of Millennium Falcon.
I know. Okay, so someone that I would go to school with, he wanted to like, he would ride it like 6 times every time he went to Hollywood Studios, and he's like, oh, it's my like 250th time going, and it would be December. He was obsessed with it. I don't know why so many people are obsessed with it. Like,
It's a good
Really?
ride.
It's
But when you compare it
good.
to Rise, it's not as good. But if Rise wasn't there, it'd still be good.
yeah, it's, you feel like you're in Star Wars, so I
Well,
guess
right.
it's fine.
I'm looking
I
at
went on it
Pro
with another
Millennium Falcon.
family. I went on it with another family, and this little girl who was piloting, oh my gosh, there's a bug. A little girl who was piloting thought she was like actually crashing the Falcon and was like crying, and she was hysterical. I found it so amusing though. It was her dad was basically making fun of her, and she's like crashing the ship. Her grandma's in there too, and her grandma is like trying to press the buttons, but I don't think it fully understands what's happening. I found that ride experience to be so enjoyable.
The ride is dependent on other people.
It
I agree.
is.
And the first time you like go on it, I know my mom and I were both the pilots, and we were like screaming at each other. We were like, "Go left, go right, go up, go down." It's so stressful. You're like,
Yeah,
"Where am I
it
supposed to
is.
go?" So it's still good.
Who
though.
knew you had to
Yeah.
chase that little train thing?
Yeah, no one.
I didn't
knows that right
know.
off the bat.
I was piloting and I was like, I don't know what I'm following.
How much do you think you actually control it?
I don't know. Okay,
I'd just,
a precursor to that. Do you guys understand what like the question or not the questions, the like numbers at the end are? Like, is it actually different every time? You know how it's like your score.
The
I don't
score,
know.
it is.
Okay.
So I've done a decent amount of looking into Smuggler.
Yeah, please tell
good.
us.
The score is different, right? It depends on it. Like actually depends on how good you do and how good like the whole team does. And like if you've been on with like a family who like doesn't know what they're doing, like it can like I got a little pissed off one time because I'm like, you're controlling the ride, you have to do something, and this person was just like sitting there, like arms crossed. So like
Well,
there's a decent amount that like you actually control, but like it's still very like on rails. I know there's a lot of speculation in the Galaxy's Edge community, right? Of like secrets and stuff in the ride and like, oh, you can unlock this and that. But like it's
oh, what?
Chewy
Interesting.
mode.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Oh, Chewy mode, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that doesn't know what that is.
Where Chewy like talks to you, right? Like,
Instead of Hondo,
It's something like
it
that,
would be
yeah.
Chewy, but
Oh.
you can't understand him. It's just all Chewy noises.
yeah. I don't know. You have to do something at the
Chewy.
beginning. My friends did it somehow, and they
Yeah.
got it to work, but
Oh.
I don't know. how
Oh
to do it.
wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
love Smuggler's Run. I think it's a great ride. It is
Yeah.
dependent on the people though.
It
Yeah,
is.
fully
I don't
agree.
know like to what extent it is and how much you actually control, but I would say you definitely have an effect on it.
Mhm.
And it's a rough ride if someone doesn't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Right? What's your favorite job?
Pilot.
Everyone picks pilot. I like engineer. 'Cause
then
I
you just
don't have to
kinda
do
get
it.
Sit back.
I just press the
And
buttons.
watch.
It's a piece of cake. I could just chill and watch everyone else fail. That's what
And
I
you
like.
do get to enjoy it. Like,
Yeah.
you could look around
Right.
and stuff.
Because
I
as
don't
a
know, I-
pilot, I'm like stressed out because if
You're
I crash
stressed.
the
Yeah.
ship,
moving
our
it.
points, guys. Jeez,
True.
I don't want to lose those.
And then
Yeah.
have you guys ever done the manual gunner mode on it?
No.
No.
Where
What's that?
so
Oh,
if you
I did
get-
that.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
get into the ride early enough, there will be a thing on if you're the gunner on the screen that says manual or automatic, and usually it's just one button for automatic, so you just press like one button whenever there's TIE fighters.
Yeah.
If you do manual, it's like there's a middle button, a top button, and a bottom button to like kind of aim your shot or whatever.
Oh.
And like people are real into like the specifics. They're like, I need to do manual on this ride. Like
I haven't
online.
heard of that.
It's cool.
Next time.
Okay. Does anyone have any more controversial?
Well, you
Oh,
brought up the Spaceship
yeah.
Earth.
Oh,
Oh,
sure.
Spaceship Earth. Yeah, let's get to that.
So do you
I don't
think
know.
it
I
should
think
be-
people just did good.
or like not what is it? Revamped, I
Revamped.
guess.
Oh, the revamped version.
I think it
I don't know.
should, but aren't they doing that, Kevin?
Yeah,
That's
it's showing
all
its
it
age.
does.
There was the original concept. It got cut back a lot, but they're still doing it. But it got cut back like a lot. Like they were doing a whole new show scenes, and I think they're just now updating a few things.
But it's still opening back up with Epcot
Yeah.
in a few
Is
weeks.
it?
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
not closed
wow.
yet. So I don't know when they'll do all that, but it's a
It's
great
definitely on
ride.
the back burner.
Yeah, I love the
Nothing.
ride.
I think
I love it.
there's
I'm
so much
okay
stuff
with
on the
it
back
being
burner.
revamped.
Oh yeah,
But-
thank you, Chapek.
I think it needs an update, and I think they need to do something when you're going back down, so I'm not like predicting my
Yes.
future.
Although
I
I,
find
do
that
love
so
predicting
annoying.
my future all the time. I think that's fun. I always my mom and I always make crazy faces, so we always have like the dumbest faces during that video. It's really funny, but
Sometimes I make
Great.
faces and then they can't use them, so they put like a
Yeah.
automated one, and I'm like,
Oh.
bad.
come on.
sometimes they can't tell me from the darkness, and so it'll just be black,
Yeah.
and I'll be like,
Mhm. Oh,
Well, thanks.
good.
do I have to ride again? I gotta
Yeah.
go on it
Come on,
again because
please.
they didn't do my
Because the
face.
flash didn't work.
Yeah, it's good though. I don't know. I like Spaceship
I just
Earth.
don't know if I
enjoyed it.
want the voice of it to change.
Yeah, the voice. I feel like the
That's a
narration.
classic.
I agree. The voice it's very nostalgic, I think, because
Yeah.
that ride's been there forever. It's great.
It's so like calming too. You know, you sit down and you're like, this is a good air conditioning ride. I'm gonna get a fun ride too. Hear the voice, relax.
Thank the Phoenicians.
Thank the Phoenicians.
Thank
all
the
the-
Phoenicians. Yes. Got to learn some stuff while you're on the
Oh
attraction.
yeah.
That's how I passed A push.
Is that how you?
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel? Do you think Peter Pan's
Mm.
flight is overhyped?
Yes.
100%.
Big time.
I think it's the most overhyped ride to ever exist in the world.
Why is it always so long? What?
I do not
why?
know.
I don't
It is
get
consistently
Nostalgia,
75 minutes.
Nostalgia, come on.
I think
But
it's
like
a really
Small
good
World
ride,
is
though.
just as nostalgic. I don't understand how Peter Pan,
Yeah.
Exactly. Why
You're
Peter
flying
Pan?
though.
because like Small World can probably fit more people, but Peter
Yeah.
Pan's an omnimover. Like it should be able to cycle people through it.
Yeah, you don't stop. I mean, I never quite understand that. But like, if I ever see Peter Pan and it's at like 10 minutes, I'll be like, okay, we gotta go because this is like the only time I will ever
Right.
go on because I'm not
When
about
I
to
was
go on.
when I was there before they closed, it was literally like 10 minutes, and I think the most it got to like was 25 minutes all day. And I was like, that's
That's
how you know this
crazy.
park is
Wow.
empty.
That's
'Cause
how you know.
Peter Pan is 25 minutes long.
Yeah.
I actually wrote it because I was like, I haven't ridden this ride in decades
Exactly.
because it's been
Exactly.
hours.
I love Peter Pan. It's definitely a little too long of a line, but I think it's
Right.
just
For a
great
short ride.
I
Yeah.
like it, but I
It's
think
cute.
for 75 minutes, I would never wait on it.
No way.
I wouldn't even wait 7 Dwarfs for 75 minutes.
Yeah, I don't really.
I wouldn't wait 40. I wouldn't wait 30 minutes for something.
I wouldn't wait 2 minutes.
You need a fast pass for
You
it.
do
That's
need a fast
it.
pass
Like
for it.
it's
That's true.
on the
That is very true.
sun, and it's too hot to be waiting for that.
Yeah.
We
7
waited for it,
Dwarfs, I
like-
feel
Oh, go ahead.
you can go.
Okay, I was gonna say when it first came out, like we waited like an hour, and that was the end. I will never wait again. It was too hot,
Yeah, it's not the best view.
and it's boring.
Yeah, I always head to it first thing, so I
You know
don't have
what?
to wait more than
That's a
20
hot
minutes.
take. Seven Dwarfs is boring.
No, the queue.
Oh, the
Oh,
cute.
no.
I thought you said the ride. I was like,
No,
it's
the
not the
ride.
ride.
No, the ride's cute.
I like the ride.
Yeah.
The ride's great. I think the back row of the ride is different than any other row of the ride.
Yes.
I think it's a completely different experience because you actually
Mhm.
like are in some kind of an entertaining ride in the back. I think if you're in the front row, it's not that good.
I like the Dwarf scene too. That's definitely probably the best.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. that's
Yeah.
fun.
Do you guys? How do you feel about the screens for faces now that they're doing with all the animatronics?
Wait, what?
Like how you know how they have
The-
the screen.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Faces that
yeah.
are screens.
It kind of takes away from it a little
Lazy.
bit.
I agree. I agree.
Just like the the Disneyland and Disney World
No,
attractions.
stop,
Lazy.
stop. Yeah, it takes away from it. It doesn't feel as like authentic, I guess, even though
Mm.
even though it looks more real.
Yeah.
But like we've seen what they can do without the screens. Like again, the animatronic in the Navi River journey. Wow, like that phenomenal.
Right.
And granted, I know that's like millions and millions of
Yeah.
dollars for one, but still, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't ruin it, but it's definitely like less of an effect, I guess.
I think it works better in Seven Dwarfs than it does in Frozen Ever After. I think in Frozen Ever
Oh
After,
yeah.
Absolutely.
it almost ruins it for me because I'm
Frozen
like,
is
that's
sort
a
of thrown
screen.
together though.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't
Yeah.
love the Frozen ride.
The
I
Frozen
just wish
ride,
it
I don't.
together better.
Totally.
Do you think they would have done something else with the queue other than put up flags and just be like, it's a new ride? Like,
What about the Frozen music though?
That makes it. I don't hate the queue, but the ride.
The
I don't
queue,
know.
like you spend 40 minutes in that one room where you zigzag though.
Yeah, but
Like the
Yeah.
outside of the queue. Oh
Openness
yeah.
of
Oh,
the
okay, that's cool.
thing
But
that's
like,
cute.
right outside there is
Yeah.
like.
Fair. I don't know. It's
and
not-
they let so many people fast pass for Frozen before they let anybody from the standby line go through. Like, literally, it's probably like 300 to 1 standby person.
that's
Like,
why
it's
only 70
insane.
minutes.
Yeah.
I was literally standing there for maybe 30 minutes, and I was the next person to go. And I was like, how are you letting the fast pass line was empty, and they're still letting people through it? I was like, this is
Oh, gosh.
mind blowing.
Yeah. I know,
Nor-
sometimes the management of that always isn't the best. You're like, really? We're right here. Come on.
Right?
Yeah, Norway's just Frozen Land. We've talked about that before. It's like
Yes.
turned into Frozen Land at this point.
Yeah.
I think they should have done again a new Fantasyland with Frozen
Yeah.
and etc. Instead
Like-
of shoehorning them into Epcot.
They're doing that in Hong Kong, I know. They're making like a whole
Yes.
there's like
Yeah.
a ride with the sleighs or something cute. I don't know all the details, but I know that's
Yeah.
coming. That would have been really cute. But
Have you guys heard of the Fantasy Springs coming to Tokyo DisneySea?
Okay, I was
What's
actually
it-
looking into
yeah,
that
what-
the other day, but I
What
didn't.
is included in that again? I feel
So
like
it's going to be a Peter Pan land, a Tangled land, and a Frozen land in the Fantasy
That'd be
Springs.
cute.
And
Yeah,
it looks
I see
really
that.
cool.
I believe
I
it.
love
think
Tokyo
Is there?
DisneySea.
Is it? You've
Yeah.
been there.
Yes, I have. It's great.
You
It's the
haven't.
best out
of
That's,
the-
I
the
was
other
gonna
rides.
say. I've heard that that's the best one. Like
that's the Asian park
on
I've been to.
Earth. On Earth.
Um,
Have you been to
So
Shanghai?
what'd you like? Yeah.
Oh, dang. I want to go to Shanghai. That's the
Oh,
land.
That's the big one.
That's
It's like Tron. I'm so excited to ride that again. It's been too long because I went in 2016, I think. But everyone talks about Tron and says, "Oh, it's so great. It's the best ride at Shanghai." But really, Pirates of the Caribbean needs more.
okay.
credit.
Yeah, I saw that in the
I
Imagineering.
showed Pirates to Angelo. I was like, you have to watch this Pirates ride. It's
Phenomenal.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane. If they ever did anything like that at Magic Kingdom or any of the USA parks, that'd be such a huge hit and such like a new take on a classic ride. It's above and beyond. But definitely Tron and Pirates, those are the two main attractions there. But it was really cool. The castle's beautiful in Shanghai. Everything's just it was so new too, because I think we went like 2 months after it opened. So it was just fresh and everything. It was crazy. So cool. So different.
Yeah.
So did you guys see that Walt Disney World bought like that huge piece of land? Did you
Yeah.
think that's gonna
Yeah.
be maybe like a fifth gate?
Yeah.
I don't know if they have the
What are your
bandwidth to do a
thoughts on-
fifth gate right now. I
Not
think they're.
now.
Not
I mean,
now.
after
Right.
all this,
Not
you
now.
know.
But
I
okay,
think-
is the fifth gate possible? And like, let's talk like 10 years.
Sure.
I think yes. I think
Yeah.
I think
Angela's
honestly
been pushing
it's
for another
almost
gate for years.
yeah. I think honestly it's almost guaranteed that we get it eventually, because
Yeah.
within the next like 15 years, because like Universal with Epic Universe is really coming in
Yeah.
swinging.
Yeah.
That's
they
true.
are.
Yeah.
So I think Disney kind of needs to be like, and Disney keeps adding resorts, right? They keep adding DVC
That's
resorts
true.
and hotels,
Exactly.
and like they need places for these people to go, right?
There's
Um,
they
That's
keep
what I'm
talking about
saying.
crowd levels and how they're so busy and they try raising the prices, but obviously that doesn't work. The
They're just
only
adding
way
too many hotels.
and they're
so they
adding
need
too
more
many
space.
hotels. So the only way to actually like lower crowds is to build a fifth gate.
Yeah, I think they need to do it for that reason, and to kind of be like definitively, all right, Disney is like your one place you go on vacation, and like try and get
Yeah.
people to stay there rather than like jump around to like, let's go to Universal and da 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 da.
SeaWorld.
Yeah. And they're SeaWorld.
I
SeaWorld's
killed the
become a
conversation.
roller coaster
I
park.
killed that. Sorry.
They just build SeaWorld in it.
So what do you think the fifth gate would be like
Yeah, what would it
themed
be?
then? Are we
I don't
going
know.
with the Villains Park?
Yes,
That's what I think
I
they should
think
do.
here's what they did. They made the Villains Night at Magic Kingdom to see how people responded for the
Oh
Villains
yeah,
Park.
you said that. That's right.
My theory.
I mean, that would make
People were like-
sense.
Yeah, that would be. Oh, I can't even imagine.
Just
Maleficent
I
a-
think
set
the
up a
Villains
crowd.
Park would be cool.
It would be her castle.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Just a dark Magic
think-
Kingdom would be amazing.
Right. I think like a reverse of Magic Kingdom, just like dark like I think that would be crazy.
So cool. Yeah. Wow. I mean, and like with the technology they have now and all like the new things they could do there, that'd be incredible.
I don't have any other ideas though for what a fifth gate could
Besides
be.
the villains thing.
Hollywood
Right,
Studios 1.
Zootopia.
Remake it.
Hollywood Studios 1, Hollywood Studios 2.
Yes.
He thinks they should just rebuild Hollywood Studios Classic and just
Yeah, they
That's
should.
what he wants.
It's real good.
Angela, there's a reason they got rid of it. There's not a
Wow.
Gotta
demand.
rebuy everything on eBay.
We gotta rebuy the props from the Great Movie.
That's what I mean.
Exactly.
I mean, I could also see them doing something like a Pixar park, kind of like what California Adventures become. Like, I feel like
Yeah.
something like that. That's something I could very easily see them doing.
I feel like the fact though that they already put
Toy Story.
Story Land, like
Toy
that
Story
would
Land.
have been a super cool draw if there was a Pixar park, but obviously
They
they're
weren't
not going to
thinking.
make more
They
Toy
weren't
Story.
thinking.
Yeah, they weren't thinking.
Weren't thinking ahead.
How do you guys feel about all the rampant IP use in the parks and how almost nothing's original rides?
Epcot, okay, so like Epcot, I think it's kind of sad how it is getting more IP intertwined with that. Like, definitely Ratatouille is going to be awesome in France and everything, but does that take away like the authenticity of it? And I'm not like Ratatouille, that's going to be awesome, but specifically, like I know they used to show the France video, impressions to France, and it would be like taking you through the different sites of France and everything, but now it's a Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, don't
sing-along.
worry. They got Beauty and the Beast
Like,
sing-along.
why?
Yeah.
Like, I don't. Yeah, it's cute, and yeah, it might be more exciting for kids and everything, but I just feel like it takes away the authenticity of the countries and everything. So I'm not too thrilled about all that. Definitely in Epcot. Everywhere else, I'm like more okay with it, but
Yeah.
it would be nice to see some more original.
Frozen definitely started it though.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was like the first IP in the World Showcase, right?
Well, no, because in the Mexico Pavilion, what's it
Oh,
called?
Coco.
The Three
Oh.
Caballeros.
Oh, no, yeah.
Not Coco. Yes.
Coco. Coco is sort of in there.
Yeah, like kind
Like a
of.
statue.
That needs to be done into Coco.
One of the
Three
weirdest things
Caballeros.
I thought is that in the America Pavilion they had like a Guardians of the Galaxy dance show, and like
Right.
I'm a
Oh,
Marvel.
yeah.
I'm a
That's
huge
right.
Marvel guy, right? But like that's weird.
Mhm.
That is weird.
That is weird.
That's right. I completely
Go
forgot
America,
about that.
though.
That's strange. Yeah.
I feel like the Guardians of the Galaxy visiting Epcot is kind of a weird excuse to put Guardians of the Galaxy in
Okay,
Epcot
yeah.
as well.
Are we gonna talk about how that roller coaster like really doesn't fit? I mean, it sort of does because
It'll
it's
be
like future world,
futuristic.
but
I think it'll be
Yeah.
okay.
And the
My-
show building is huge.
That's what I was
It's
gonna
like
say.
towering over
Dude.
everything.
I know, it's crazy.
it's such an ugly building now.
It
No, it
blends in
doesn't. It's just
fine.
If you're on the monorail, it's like, whoa, what is that?
Yeah.
If you're on the monorail, but if you're in World Showcase and look across the lake, you're like, oh, it blends in.
They
with
better
the
paint
sky.
some
If it's
stars
a
or
cloud-
something.
it's not a cloud day. No, that makes it worse. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
That should be a good
Epcot-
ride, though.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
Epcot's
excited
kind
for
of in
the-
trouble
Yeah.
because they're in mid transformation, and I don't think they're gonna fully finish this transformation anytime soon.
No, I think a lot of things.
Chapek
Like-
the Cutter's coming.
Okay, COVID the cutter.
Chapek.
No.
It didn't. It's not the pandemic. It's all Chapek.
Wow.
Anyways, I think like the Mary Poppins ride that was rumored and everything.
Cut.
like,
Don't worry. That's not coming.
That's
You're right.
probably gonna get cut.
But what about the Moana waterfall?
The Moana thing, I mean,
What is with that? They literally in
But
like
we're
the
keeping
Epcot
that.
experience.
We're keeping that.
In the Epcot experience, they make
$10.
the Moana waterfalls seem like the greatest thing to ever come to humanity
does.
ever. Like I'm like, it's literally just water effects.
I
It's like a
know,
fountain.
It
it's
is a
like a little trail. It's like something they would have at Animal Kingdom.
It
like a little
is,
walk through
Right.
thing.
Why isn't it there?
It could go there.
It
you know?
could go
really
there
could.
because it's all about like
And-
the sea.
And I don't know why the Mary Poppins attraction is based off Mary Poppins Returns and not the original Mary Poppins. I
Don't
feel
they
like-
really?
Oh, not
Yeah,
anymore.
it's the-
It's not being built.
yeah. Hopefully. But I was like, why would we not do the original Mary Poppins? Why would we
I don't
pick
know
her?
what. Yeah.
That's a little upsetting. I'm not a huge Mary Poppins, but I for sure agree with you. If it should be anything, it should be the original. But
Right.
overall, I think I'm upset too because Harmonious was supposed to debut this summer.
Right.
Epcot for.
Do you guys like Epcot Forever?
I never saw
never
it.
saw it
We
either.
never saw it, and I don't know why I never saw it.
Because I didn't want to watch it.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
Everyone likes Epcot Forever, but I think it's kind of bad.
We
Well,
watched it together.
doesn't it
didn't we?
end with like
We
a
did.
whole new world?
Yeah, it's
real
weird. there's kids singing sometimes.
Okay,
and
I
then-
heard that. Yeah, that's why I was like,
None of it fits to like a theme. It's all just like, all right,
Yeah.
grab this, grab that.
It's
from-
amalgamation of anything, everything Epcot, and then just like thrown together. The kites
And
are cool. It
Figment.
has a kite effect
The
that's cool.
kites are cool.
Yeah, I heard those were cool. I wish I could have seen it. I don't know. I was
Yeah,
like,
we
okay,
watched, like,
maybe I'll
the
see it
li-
this summer, but not
We
so
watched the
It's
live
probably
stream when it
cool.
premiered,
Oh, okay.
and
Are
we
you
were
guys
like, "What is this?"
Are you guys
Yep.
from Florida?
No, we are not.
No, we're in like the
We're-
New York,
Northeast.
Jersey
Oh, gotcha.
area.
Okay, I was just curious.
the epicenter of the pandemic.
No,
Yeah.
that's Florida right now.
Sure.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Do you guys think Disney World's opening gets delayed? Because
Yeah.
Disneyland already has.
It's getting delayed.
I think they're gonna
I-
power through. I think they're gonna
will
power
too.
through.
Which is
That's
dangerous. and
dangerous.
risky,
Yeah.
But I think they're powering through because they
They
released
called-
cast member previews. All
Yeah.
cast members could sign up
Yeah.
this morning for that. And
It starts in like a week for previews.
it's like July 7th.
Yeah,
And everyone's back at work already. Like people.
yeah.
got
The
called
cast
in.
members were called
Yeah.
back. I don't know.
I don't
That's
think
super
it's getting
dangerous.
delayed, which is a little scary. But
That's dangerous.
Yeah, I think they're just gonna. I think their original plan was that with Universal there might be a little bit of a spike, but then everyone would blame Universal and then they would be fine. But that's not what
Yeah,
happened.
Universal's handling it well
they did
though.
a really good
Right?
job. I was.
But
really
everyone's like
impressed.
praising Universal, and now Disney's in the hot seat.
Seriously.
Yeah. It
It'll
sort of
be-
backfired
it'll be
actually.
interesting. I
did.
don't know. But
Yeah, we'll see how it goes for them.
When are you
Good
guys
luck.
planning on going to the parks next?
I don't know.
We don't know. We wish there was like a
You didn't make any
The answer.
plans?
I was kind of like, I don't know when I'm gonna go, but now that they've announced Splash Mountain is closing, I need to get as many Splash Mountain rides as I can in. So I don't know.
This one too.
Yep.
Right? I wanna, so we'll see when I go back. But if I go back, it's like I'll be riding Splash Mountain, and if there's something with a line, I'm not gonna stand in that line. Like,
I ride it every day, all day.
Do you guys have a time you guys know you're going back or?
Well, we made park reservations for December because we wanted to do a December trip together.
Well, you live, or you go to school down there,
Yeah.
so,
So
it's
I,
not-
I don't know what I'm gonna. I feel like
you're not canceling your park reservation.
I probably will try and find a way to go sooner. I know I have a hotel reservation. My family does for some time, so I'm probably gonna go in like fall at some point. But we have a trip planned as of now for December.
Yeah,
But that's the only thing that's like
planned,
official and planned. So yeah.
but that may not even happen.
Who knows at that point?
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see.
exciting though.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I hope, because I hope Disney gets back to the way they were in 2020 for like in 2021 for like their anniversary.
For sure.
I feel like
The reopening is going to be too crazy for it not to be like really organized and like full capacity.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
It'll
don't
be
know how they.
I don't know how they're
interesting.
gonna handle that.
Hopefully,
We'll see.
We're going on the anniversary
We will go on the anniversary.
for
Don't worry.
Tron. First one's on Tron. We're getting up at
First
like
one's
2
on Tron?
a.m.
Okay.
Oh really?
Hopefully
Is
they
that
get all
good?
that
I
stuff.
guess so.
Hopefully
Yeah,
they get all that
hopefully
stuff
they
open, because all the
Yeah.
construction has been like paused and off and on, and it's like
Mhm.
I'll go help build Tron if they need.
Yeah, they'll call you.
They
we'll get
should.
we'll get our tools and we'll go.
Yeah, exactly. You got my tool belt, you know?
We'll do it for free. We'll be free labor for them. I don't
Yeah.
care.
I'm
You're right.
fine.
Anything for Tron.
Who needs school?
We get a
anymore?
lifetime fast pass. That's the
Perfect.
trade,
Honestly, that'd be a
Um,
good trade-off.
No, you know,
Fine.
fine.
right? I don't have any construction experience, but I will learn. I will,
You're,
Absolutely not.
No construction.
Trial-
no engineering,
trial
but
and
we'll be
error.
there.
You
Trial
barely
and
put-
error.
Yeah, trial and error. It's Tron, like
I missed
several
a
hundred
screw
feet
and
up in
then
the air.
Yeah.
Just trial and error roller coaster. How many people will die before it's
We'll
over?
see.
I won't be the first one to ride it then if I'm putting it together.
All
I'll send
right.
Angelo on it, and then I'll watch as he.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we'll take notes.
All right, so the next podcast will just be us and Kevin then.
Sorry, Angelo, we killed you off.
Yeah.
Hey, had to happen for Tron.
Do it for
It had to
Tron.
happen. It was a sacrifice we were willing to make.
Yep.
Disney
Yeah,
was
so-
too.
Do you guys have anything else we want to talk about before we're kind of
think
gonna
so.
start
I
wrapping
don't
up?
have anything
Nothing
else.
at the top of our
We
minds,
covered a
no.
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got
Yes,
a
this was
surprising
good.
amount of ground.
for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
This
It's really
was fun.
No problem. This
Yeah,
was
of
a lot of
course.
fun. It was great talking with you guys.
Yeah,
And-
it was great talking with you too.
Yeah, where can people find you guys online if they want to go check out your content?
So our channel is Happiest Girls on Earth. We only have a YouTube channel. We don't have an Instagram or anything else, but YouTube, Happiest Girls on Earth, if you want to check out more of our content.
Awesome. We'll have links
Cool.
and everything. And
Oh,
For
thank
sure.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
all
Yeah.
that fun.
That sounds
stuff.
great. We'll head over there right after this, like everyone else should.
Like everyone else
Like
should.
everyone else should.
Support us. We got some really exclusive content coming next Monday, so you might
Oh,
want to
yeah.
be.
Ooh.
That's a surprise.
Get ready.
So get ready for that.
Oh wow.
You
Here,
guys
here's
have Disney Springs coming up, right?
Here's a.
We have that too.
We have that too, but here's a
Mhm.
hint.
Oh, wow.
There's not a YouTube video on YouTube on what we're going to post on Monday. So
Ooh,
check us out.
Oh wow.
that's a
Well,
teaser. That's a teaser.
That's a teaser right there.
So everyone make sure to check
Alright.
that out. Otherwise,
that
thank
out.
you guys so much for watching. Like us on YouTube. If you're listening on podcast services, give us a rating. We'd really appreciate it. And
We would.
yeah,
All right. And as always, I'm Kevin.
I'm Angelo.
And until next time.
So long, everybody.